So we are all sitting on this in this cozy small room, me and my family. It was 5 years ago. We were sitting talking about how happy we are because I got a thank letter from the Minister of Reconstruction and Housing in KRG. He was praising me and my work. I worked as an engineer back then on a project. I put some traffic signs and guardrails. I was paving the roads. So he congratulated me as an engineer. And everyone was talking about it. Suddenly, my grandmother, she told me, "Isn't it enough?" I said, "What?" She said, "You've been working in media 10 years from now, and you are a successful engineer now. Why don't you just leave it? It's bad for your reputation as an engineer. People will respect you more if you quit this job." I love my grandmother, by the way. She's very direct. And I loved her even more at that moment because the thing that she did say to me that that was on most of people's mind, but no one dared to say it to my face. So in that room, everything took me to the moment I started this work. It was 1999. I started as a kid. I was only 11 years old. It was very cool, but on the other side, it was very difficult for me because I had to prove myself as a successful presenter for my TV station. On the other hand, there was my family. I had to prove to them that I'm a committed member of the family. And I had to prove myself to everyone, to my friends, to the audience, to everyone. So it was a large burden on my shoulders, and I was very little. Back then, presenters, women working in this industry, media industry, was very, very few. You could count them on your fingers. And those who were staying, they were leaving us, like choosing another stable life, getting married, taking another decisions. And the result was there was less women faces on screen and more pressure on us who were staying in this field. Everyone was pointing at us. In the society, you all remember, they were telling us how shameful our work was. So all of us decided, it's enough. For me, I said I have to take a degree and I have to be good so others can respect me. What did I do? I worked hard, I collected my strength, and I started studying. When my friends were in picnics in school, I was at work. When I had some breaks of work, I was studying my exams. It was very hard, but after finishing high school, I got a good mark, a really good mark. And the moment I took my results, I was like running. I was crying from happiness, not only because I took a high degree, but also because I could prove to myself first and then to my family that media has a good impact on me. It can take the best of me. So then it was the moment when all of us experienced that moment when you're lost. You don't know what to do, what to choose, which college, what I'm going to be in my future. Same for me, of course, but I had a stable job working as a presenter. But then my family said, you're not going to the media college. You have to take a suitable college, suitable for your degree. What to do? I love to build. It's always about building for me. So me and my family negotiated what to do, what not to do. I said I'm going to engineering because it's always about building. I went there, I studied engineering, and then I became an engineer. It was really good. I had this cool job. I was working on sites. People respected me more. adding this small title to your name, engineer, added a lot of things to me. But then I was not satisfied because I thought, I love to build, okay, but I love to build the mentality that drove us to that point that working in media especially is shameful. I quitted engineering. I started to focus on media. Media is all about structures, just like engineering. When you want to have a good program, a good structure, you have to work really, really hard, harder than engineering. We have two challenges in media. First, as a journalist, you host politicians, doctors, engineers, different experts from different fields. As a good journalist, you have to know more than each of your guests. The knowledge and the research you make is the first challenge that we all face. The second challenge for us, especially as a woman. Luckily, there's a good number of women now working in media field, but the challenge is to prove to the audience, to the society, that me, it's not all about my face. It's not all about my appearance. I'm not a doll. I'm not just talking. I know. I have the knowledge. So this is the big challenge now for us, women working in media. We sacrificed a lot in this field just to prove this point, that a woman is not only about a beautiful face on screen. You just don't watch and then turn to another channel. It's not only about that. We sacrificed a lot. Recently, a superstar, a beautiful young lady, a good presenter, and one of the best journalists, our colleagues, Shifa Gardi, got martyred just to prove that point, that it's not only about her beautiful face. She can do something. She can make change just like men do. This was the second challenge, and still it is. As I said, there is a huge number of women now working in this field, but we have to work really hard to make good journalists, not only women working in this field. So many times I gave up. I was about to give up, but then I could see some lights of hope. I would say, okay, let me try again. And after so many tries, I think I would go back to the same room that I talked first. Last week, I came back from Erbil. I came back to home. We are all same people sitting in the same room, talking about me and my work. But this time, luckily, it was not about engineering only. It was about one of my shows that a minister responded to the call of people. We talked about it, and this is the reason that we all continue. If you want to make that change, you have to work really hard. It's not only about luck. Thank you.